Hello, my players of Amland, and welcome to KSP episode number 1. In this episode, I will be starting my game. In this series, I will not be using Realism Overhaul. Instead, I will be using a mod pack I created myself. It's quite balanced, and I'll put the mod list in the description. So I'm gonna start a new game. YouTube. And we are gonna be the Russians. Yes, no America for us. We will kill those capitalist pigs while we drink vodka. Yeah. So, let's get things started, shall we? So, it's level 1 Kerbal Space Center. So, the first contract is the A3. That's a pretty easy contract. So let's get started, shall we? Now, let's build a V2 once it loads. Okay. So all that you have to do is put down the control unit, add some fuel tanks, the engine, and these fins. I do have real fuels installed, so I am going to be using real fuels, but not all these engines are balanced for real fuels. If any modders are watching this video, could someone show me how to edit the stats of engines so they conform to real fuels? Because I want this to use alcohol liquid oxygen, not kerosene and liquid oxygen, because that makes it a little overpowered. But it's not too bad. Anyway, how about rubber baby buggy bumper? If anyone gets the reference, give me a shout out. And let's change your launch. Instead of in Cape Canaveral, Florida, we're going to launch from a different launch site. And just say that. Like, how about, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, to catch a tiger by its toe, Russia. Now let's just warp to daytime. And there we go. Now it's winter right now, so Russia being in the northern hemisphere, this is, we're almost at midday and the sun's this low in the sky. Yeah. So, I almost forgot saying, here, let me edit my rocket, and then I'll launch. So, just a barometer and a thermometer. Are these balanced? Yes, they are. Rubber baby buggy bumper is ready for launch. Let's just set up the action groups. So when I press 1, both of these are going to record their data. Now, maybe I should put an antenna on the top of this. I lied about being done. Don't worry, I'm not a liar, but I did lie about being done. There we go. Now I'm really done. Now, real fuel, engine lighting. It's fairly realistic, but I don't like Realism Overhaul. It's just not fun when it's that realistic. So, let's transmit some data. Wait, what? Okay, abort. That was weird. Maybe I should add some battery, shouldn't I? There we go. Rubber baby buggy bumper has a battery now. That makes things a little bit easier. You see, this is how they did it in real life. Trial and error. Well, not entirely, but you know what I mean. Right? At least I hope you do. If you don't, then shame on you. So, to account for the inefficiency of this rocket, I'm gonna keep it at maximum throttle the whole time. So that way I lose efficiency by going too fast through the lower atmosphere, just to make it slightly more realistic. Don't worry, it definitely will not burn up in the stratosphere. At least I hope it won't. No, it definitely won't. I promise you it won't burn up. You see? And I was right. It did not burn up, you see? It's still a little hot, but it's not burning. That's the most important part. It's not burning. Ooh, that would be a nightmare if it did burn up. Because the antenna would be, zoop, the first thing to go. Now let's just time warp to the edge of the atmosphere. And I'm going to have to come back for this science, but oh well. Now, if you haven't noticed, I did not nerf science output, even though it's balanced all the way down to about 15%, not 15%, but 40% science output. But I'm still a noob at this game, and that would just be too hard for someone like me. And here we go. How did I survive that re-entry? That's my question. Well, I'm still gonna die when I hit the ground. I'm mostly sure I will. Okay, it seems that all this stuff's going to hit the ground. Now, it's going to sustain heavy damage, but there is a good chance that it won't explode like that. So let's recover this. And once I'm back at the Space Center, I'll recover the other little piece of debris that survived. I know this isn't realistic, but in real life, the little pieces of it would hit the ground and they could recover the scrap metal. So that's my thinking on it. Now, oof, I forgot to disable the contracts. I hate some of these stock contracts. Not all of them are bad. Mainly the survey and the part test contracts. All the rest are pretty good, but I just hate those contracts in particular. You see? And now the V2. So I'm just going to launch the exact same rocket again after I unlock some technology. So, yeah. So as you can see in basic rocketry, unlock some fuel tanks, some solid boosters, the low-level engine, just some basic stuff. And in Engineering 101, I unlock some rover wheels and lights and stuff. So, but the accelerometer is what I'd really want if I got this. Then stability, mainly airplanes, but the fairing's very important. I'm gonna have to get that. Survivability, just mostly regular parts in here, you know, stuff which you'd want on a spacecraft. Mainly, I keep on saying mainly too much, but what you really want from here is the service bay, the parachutes, and the landing strut. Everything else is kind of worthless, because this engine sort of sucks, just saying. The orbital telescope, this is what you want after that. You want this is an important node. and so is this, because I do have real fuels, so I need to have the fuel tank settle before I make a burn. That's gonna be interesting. So, why don't I research some technology, shall I? Let's just unlock some basic plane parts. Now, I suck at making airplanes, so I'm probably just gonna fly around a basic biplane. Here, so why don't I do that? I'll cut to when I finish the biplane, because it's really not that interesting to see me build it. And I am done with my biplane. Now I just need to name it, and let's fly around a little, shall we? Okie dokie. Artichoke. After I fly around this, I'm gonna cut out the episode. So, post in the comments your suggestions for next episode. What do you think I should do? Should I go more into planes like this biplane, or should I focus more on rockets? Because I know lots of people in this game play it only for the planes, and there's many people who play it only for the rockets, and maybe I should do some creative mode, you know? Try to make an SSTO with RSS. Ugh, that would be really difficult. I'm pulling a lot of G's, but since I don't have realistic G-force, it's not a problem. This is a really fun plane to fly in, so I definitely recommend it. For anybody who hasn't flown a plane in Kerbal Space Program, all that you need for it is Fire Spitter. You see, it controls like a charm. And now I'm about pulling in for a landing, and brakes. I don't even think these wheels have brakes, honestly, but oh well. Well, I guess that concludes my episode. Tune in next episode for some more Kerbal's Program. Thanks and goodbye.